Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you the final set of this Group C in the ODT of the OSL. It's going to be Shuttle and Shine, a rematch of Game 1. Shuttle winning that game on New Bloody Ridge. Despite going Gateway first against a pool-first build, was still able to force a lot of Zerglings to be made, forcing a dearth of drones for Shine, and able to defend against the 3-hatch Hydra break that Shine brought his way, and Shuttle went on to win that game with a nice Dragoon High Templar push. So we'll see what happens in this game. A little bit different map, La Mancha, a 4-player map, which means that we could see a fallback to that 4-base Zerg play that has become so popular. And it's also just a straight up bigger map, and there is no shortcut distance. You've got to go around the rings, the ridges, which I think is really funny that all the OSL maps have ridges, have like circular ridges on them. La Mancha, New Bloody Ridge, and Gladiator, all of the maps in this group. I don't know if they have any other maps in the OSL, but certainly the three maps that we're seeing in this group all have that that aspect to them, that map feature, and yeah. I don't know, just one of those little funny things that I sometimes note. Do have normal stuff going on here from Shuttle and Shine, going with an Overlord first with our Shadazy. There's the Overlord, and we got some more drones coming out here, so it looks like we're going to see a 12-hatch. 12 pool is basically not a ZVP build. Basically. I'm sure it's been done before. I'm sure someone's tried it, but it's basically not a build in ZVP. He's going to take his natural expansion with his 12 hatch. So we're not going to see him go and take his 3rd spot, which has become popular as well for Zerg players. And Shuttle's going to go scout this out. We'll see if he cancels the Forge to get his Nexus down faster. I don't think he will. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But usually when the Forge is over halfway done like it is, you just let it finish and get your Nexus up right after, and then get your cannons. Usually that's how it goes, but sometimes you'll still see players cancel that Forge, just to get that Nexus down that 10-15 seconds earlier, which it can be important. It can help a lot. So we'll see what happens here, and yeah, he is just going to let that Forge warp in and then take his natural expansion Nexus. And his probe getting a full scout in here, going to start being annoying, I'm sure. Hopefully he doesn't lose it to anything too crazy like a drone, which occasionally happens, and hopefully on the other side, Shine doesn't lose a drone to a shuttle, or a drone to a shuttle probe, which occasionally does happen, particularly when Bisu's controlling that probe. Particularly, the evil things happen to Zerg players, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. It doesn't even look like Shuttle's really trying all that hard. He's doing a little bit of harassment. Actually, well, okay, never mind. Those 3 drones were just going to go mine gas, so did not get a mistake there from Shine. We do have the 3rd base up for Shine as well at the 3 o'clock position, so he's not going to take a natural expansion, not going to be going for that 4 base. They're going to be a 3-base play, and Shine not known for his macro game, really not known for his macro game. He is known for beating Bisu over and over again, poor Bisu, and he is known for his early game Zerg play, so it looks like we're going to see something similar once again. Once he can get rid of this probe, we'll see if this is going to be some kind of a Hydra break again. And that probe and a drone almost dead, but that probe does go down to a couple Zerglings that I think were spawned from the natural expansion. So they caught him a little bit by surprise, and that natural expansion is the one morphing into a layer, and Shuttle did not see that coming. So unless he senses that layer is at the natural expansion, he doesn't actually know. Usually, generally you morph your main hatchery into a layer, but occasionally you do see, it's often enough that I guess it's a little more than occasionally, sometimes you do see the natural hatchery turn into a layer. Unfortunately, Shuttle did not keep an eye on it. Is that spawning pool completed? So he has no idea. And what are we going to see here? Is this going to be another hatchery? Nope, it's just going to go back to mining. And Shuttle with that Forge not spinning. He's got his core just about completed. And presumably, I don't think he has actually taken his natural simulator yet. I think he will shortly if he... yeah, he should probably take it pretty shortly. Can't imagine him sitting on 1 gas for too long. It's just not the style of play anymore to sit on 1 gas, and I think he just took it. And let's see, we're joining up. We got a Spire coming up here, so pretty standard stuff here from Shine. No Hydra break yet. Could see a Lurker play still. Could see Muta play. Straight up, 3-hatch Muta kind of play, and go for some harassment style that way to try and advance out of this this group. We have a Citadel of Dune coming up as well for Shuttle, so everything's still going according to plan. Nothing too untoward yet. Probing up, droning up, and getting your tech going. That's the name of the game right now. No one's even thinking about harassment. We only have 4 Zerglings produced, and 3 of them on hold position, allowing this probe in, and that probe is going to see the Spire is going to see the fact that there's no SimCity here at the natural expansion. Going to see that hatchery, knows that it's not because usually by now, if you'd see the 4th and 5th hatcheries going up here from a Zerg player, but I think that may have actually been really good information for Shuttle, because it looks like it might be a muta build, since there is no 4th or 5th hatchery. It looks like this could end up becoming a muta build, and if Shuttle's able to sense it, he'll be in good shape. Yeah, we do have all these eggs morphing at the same time, so it looks like this is going to be maybe 6 mutas or so, whatever he's got gas for, as he's starting to mine gas from his natural expansion finally, and getting a 4th hatchery up. And is he getting a 5th? No, those weren't mutas, those were just more drones, so fooled me big time. He doesn't even have a Hydra Den. This is very weird. From Shine, just building up. Did not expect to see this kind of play from Shine. This is not Shine-worthy play. This is not what I expect from him. I expect to see a lot of Hydras and Lings early, and I expect to see a lot of pressure early, but that is not coming his way. He's changing up his style, and, if you change up your style, it can be very, very effective. Your opponents are expecting one. When your opponents expect one thing and you come in with something totally different, it's not... You catch them by surprise. It helps. It can work. So with all these drones going, with a heavy eco going, with his 4th and 5th hatcheries going, Shine's going to be heading up into a more macro game, a later stage game off these 3 bases. Looks like a bunch of Scourge coming in here into the main of Shuttle, and Shuttle actually thinks that there's mutas coming his way as well. Looks like getting 3 photon cannons inside of his main and 1 inside of his natural mineral line. So he is definitely preparing for mutas here, and Shine throwing away those Scourge, and Shuttle countering by destroying one of his cannons as he's starting to realize there's not mutas coming my way, huh? Alright, looks like I don't need all of them. And a DT going out here, going towards the 3rd base, I think, but there is an Overlord and a Sunken Colony, and a Hydra's Den finally morphing in as well, so he's not going to be able to do anything there. Natural expansion, I think, is similarly defended, despite the fact that SimCity... Okay, there we go. Now the SimCity is starting to get going. The Evo chamber next to the hatchery is starting to form some SimCity. No Sunken Colony, but however, there is a Mutalisk, or a Mutalisk buildup, so if that DT wanders in just to even get a scout in, which it can do, he can see those Mutalisks and prepare for it, but I don't think he saw the Mutalisks. I don't think he saw them. Maybe he saw them with that DT. Very, very close. He may have seen them, in which case he can start preparing for... the Mutalisk coming his way, get a 2nd cannon inside of his mineral line, look to get his Corsairs clumped up and prepared, get his possibly even get some Dragoons out, everything. Whatever he decides to choose with his Mutal defense style. For Shuttle. And that's a 6th hatchery now for Shine. So this is going to probably be a lot of Lings as well. A lot of Mutalisks, a lot of Lings going around. And he's going to really make sure he tries to stop that 3rd base for Shuttle from coming up. That's generally what you see out of the 6 hatch build. You see a lot of Lings, and you see a denial of the 3rd base for as long as livingly possible. And it can be very, very effective. Absolutely. It can definitely work and buy you a lot of time and give you an economic advantage, and that's what you're really going for. So we'll see what happens here. Still more droning up by Shine. Look at all of these drones. He's produced so many drones, and Shuttle not taking advantage at all. Shuttle not even looking to really be aggressive here. So until just now finally getting some Zealots and an Archon, morphing them out. So they're finally pushing out here. I believe it's scouted out by the Scourge and Lings and things that are out there, so I think that Shine should know that this is coming. He's getting a Spore Colony at his 3rd base with that Sunken Colony. But that Archon is really the only anti-air that he's got available with this attack force, unless he can bring his Corsairs in. So he needs to make sure he keeps it safe from Mutalisks that are like hovering over ridges and things, because that can really be painful. And that Archon does get a shot off, so those are some damaged Mutalisks. And another shot, looks like it's going to get another shot. And a ton of Scourge coming here, picking off almost all of the Corsairs. Looks like there's just 2 left, no, 3 left, but that Spore is probably going to counter a lot of it as well. Zealot's coming in here with the Archon support, and they are going to pick off the Sunken Colony, but there is a Lurker. Does he realize it? Is he going to run away, or is he going to stay in here with these Zealots? It looks like he's going to stay in here and try and do as much damage as he can, but these Lurkers will eventually clean it up. Looks like most of the Zealots have gone down, just 4 left, and they should be highly, highly damaged, but it looks like Shuttle just staying in here trying to kill as many drones as he can. It looks like he's going to try and get some more, but 3 Lurkers now, 3 Lurkers, they are going to clean this up, and I don't think that was a really effective attack for Shuttle. He took out the Spore and the Suck, and looks like he probably got a few drones, but there were so many drones there, and he really did not kill much of the army at all for for Shine, and now Shine coming out here with a lot of Lurker Hydra, and Shuttle just morphed his High Templar into an Archon when what he needs is Storm in order to deal with both Hydras and Lurkers. You want High Templar with Storm. You don't really want Archons. I mean, they'd already counter to the mules, but there's only a couple left, so this Archon may actually end up being a big mistake from him, and he has no observers yet, so those Lurkers just getting pot shots on here, and that Archon losing 80 hits of shields already. He's getting a Robo Facility up, but is this going to be too late? This Lurker Hydra break may actually succeed just due to the lateness of his observers. He's kind of doing it like you counter tanks. You attack, force the Lurkers to burrow, and then run away, force them to unburrow again, but it's not nearly as effective against Zerg as it is against Terran, and these Lurkers doing a lot of damage now at the natural expansion, and they are going to, as the Zealots and the Archons were funneling through that little narrow gap, the Lurkers were just doing tons and tons of damage. He's actually got more units in the back if he decides to bring them in, and these Lurkers, once again, as those Zealots go into that gap, they're just getting destroyed. A lot of Photon Cannons coming up in the back as well. Zealots trying to force back these Hydras, but the Hydras are still flowing in, more Hydras flowing in, tons of bases, and this is what happens when you allow a Zerg to drone up so hard. That was a great Storm picking off a lot of Hydras, but still more flowing in. The front gateway has fallen. The forge is about to go down as well. But is there enough cannons? Are there enough cannons to defend it? Looks like it with 5 cannons there, with a couple more morphing. But if that pylon goes down, are all those going to end up being unpowered? They will for a little bit until the other pylons come up. If it gets picked up, and it does get picked up, so these are unpowered pylons or unpowered cannons right now. And the Hydra is trying to take advantage, picking up 1, 2, 3 cannons in quick succession. So is this going to be enough Hydra? The Hydras may be enough to finish this off, but no probes coming up the line trying to guard for the Hydra, or trying to guard for the cannons. Only 1 cannon left. Hydra's still flowing in here. Now the Lurker's getting involved as well, and it looks like Shuttle's going to lose this game too much here. Hydra's continue to flowing in, and a lot of the probes do go down. Shuttle is going to be forced to GG. He's going to get knocked out of this OSL, which means it's going to be Shine and Jangbi advancing out of this group. Shine and Jangbi are your advancers. Jangbi advancing 2-0. Shine advancing 2-1. And, Shuttle losing 1-2 and S2 going out 0-2. So those are your 4 players in this Group C. Shuttle getting knocked out there. I think that was just a case of where her player macros up and drones up so hard, gets such a huge economy, and yeah, I think that Archon Morph definitely hurt him. The second Archon Morph, the last Archon Morph, where he could have used 2 High Templar, I think that hurt him considerably as well. But nonetheless, Shine taking advantage of, well, I guess of his counterintuitive play here, going for a huge macro game and a big mid-game push rather than the early game pushes that he's known for, gets the win, knocks out Shuttle, and advances into the OSL. So that's it. That's going to be it. Actually, no, wait, no, I think I actually have one more Jangbi game. I think I do. I think I just downloaded another game from Pro League. So if I think I'm going to cast one more game since I started with Jangbi in the Pro League. I think I'm going to end with Jangbi in the Pro League. So I think that's how it's going to go. And yeah, I will see you guys all there. If you have patience, or if you want to watch it on another day, feel free. I will cast one more game tonight, and I'll see you guys there when you get a chance.